Refined.
Like, I was skeptical, I'm not gonna lie to you.
We put a water therapy session to the test after the unique business idea just landed the Seattle owners on Shark Tank. Plus, it's Saturday Night Fever Seattle style.
Are you John Travolta? Can you show me some moves?
We'll take you to a disco spectacular celebrating one of the biggest super groups of the 70s. And a Seattle eatery that should be in a museum. We take you to one of the oldest Chinese restaurants in the city. Seattle Refined starts now. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. We know Seattle is full of entrepreneurs, but one way to make sure your money-making idea is really legit is to appear on Shark Tank. The two men behind Seattle's Urban Float recently pitched their water therapy business on the ABC hit show. Refined's Brandon Bernstead shows us how it went, and to see if the floating pods really live up to the hype.
By now you've probably heard of Urban Float, the Seattle-based business that's bringing floating to the masses.
Urban Float is a hydrotherapy spa. It used to be called sensory deprivation, now we call it float therapy. The idea is you come into our center and it's a place to get total relaxation, recovery from pain, maybe some intense sports activity, or just better sleep at night.
Co-founders Joe Beaudry and Scott Swerland opened the first Urban Float back in 2013. Now they've got locations around Western Washington, along with franchises across the country. And that number is only going to grow after Scott and Joe took a float with the Sharks.
Shark Tank is the Super Bowl business, and it happens once a week throughout their season, and it is epic.
First into the tank is a business based on relaxation.
You walk out, you hit the mark under lights like these, you stop, and you go. My name's Scott Swerland.
And I'm Joe Beaudry. We're from Seattle, Washington.
We were in there for 50 minutes, and it is game on. You know, no holds barred. Mark's asking a question, Kevin's interrupting.
Scott and Joe were initially focused on landing a deal with Mark Cuban. Mark dropped out, but other Sharks were circling.
It's crazy.
Mr. Wonderful puts a deal on the table, an offer on the table. Felt incredible, you know, like, okay, somebody gets it, they see the value in the business. We get to Matt Higgins, the guest shark, he throws an offer out. I'm feeling great, 2 offers.
You do 12.5%, we have a deal right now.
Congratulations.
Ultimately, we went with Matt Higgins because of his connection. He also had connections to the sport world, but also really understands mindfulness.
Scott and Joe may have made a deal with Matt in the tank, but ultimately they decided to walk away.
We've decided that it really wasn't the best fit. However, Matt has been great. He loves what we're doing. He's super supportive of it and has made some of his resources available to us ongoing, regardless of the fact that we ultimately did not close the deal.
Scott and Joe's time in the tank may have been an adrenaline rush, but I wanted to find out for myself if I could actually unwind inside one of Urban Float's pods.
Got to try floating for the first time. I'm interested to see how I float and how I relax in there. Apparently, it just takes the weight of your body.
So inside each pod is skin temperature water. It's about 200 gallons of water with 1,200 pounds of Epsom salt dissolved into it. So when you get in there and you lay back and you relax, you just float right on the surface of the water and all your muscles can let go. You don't feel anything, hear anything, taste anything, see anything. Without all that input, you're just free to relax and let your mind wander. And you come out of there just feeling really good.
It's really relaxing. Like, I was skeptical, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not kind of fully understand being inside a pod with no lights and how that relaxation would be. But once you're actually here, it was really peaceful and nice. I get it now. It's a good way to recharge.
One thing's for sure, it is way more relaxing than swimming with the Sharks.
For Seattle Refined, I'm Brandon Bernstead.
To learn more about Urban Float, head to SeattleRefined.com. Well, it's time for one of the grooviest parties of the year. Tonight, fans of the Swedish pop group ABBA come together in Seattle and become real-life dancing queens. And if you don't believe us, Refined's John Prentice went to it last year.
Once a year, Seattle Swedish Club throws a party like no other.
stepping into the days of discotheque to celebrate Swedish Europop sensation
ABBA. Dancing queens and kings pack the Swedish club basement to dance, jive, and have the time of their lives.
What are you ladies doing here tonight?
Well, we're here to dance to some ABBA music.
ABBA is the iconic Swedish supergroup with hits like Dancing Queen, Take a Chance on Me, and Mamma Mia, known and loved the world over.
Oh, Mamma Mia!
And at this party, the disco ball isn't the only thing that shimmers. Flashy fashion glimmered and gleamed all over the dance floor.
You guys look great. Tell me about these outfits.
Well, you know, I love ABBA, so this is what I came up with.
We're here because we love ABBA and the Swedish Club and supporting all this every year. It's such an annual great event, sold out, and we grew up listening to ABBA and going to the roller rinks, and so it's all our generation and fun.
You guys are looking sharp. Tell me about this look that you have with the leather jacket, and are these velvet pants? What are these?
These are velvet pants. In fact, these are pants that I wore when I was a bass player in a band in the actual 70s.
There's a lot of people here in costumes, but you're authentic.
At least the bottom half.
This is the biggest party of the year. It really is. It's the most fun.
This has been going on since April 2009. So it started pretty small, about 100 people upstairs, and it just grew and grew and grew, and we got a great band, and here we are at 500 plus. This year it sold out in a day and a half.
What do you think of all these characters walking around?
I don't know where they come from, to be honest. They come out of the woodwork, but they look so great every year. I'm amazed.
First question, what's your name? How do you spell it?
John Travolta, T-R.
If you're going to claim that, you better have some moves to back it up.
I'm going to try. I'm here for the dance contest, and I'm here to win.
Tell me about your outfit. What's going on here?
Well, you know, I'm modeling one of the album covers, mostly the boots and the blue blousey thing, and the little head thing.
Is that what it's called, the blue blousey thing?
Yeah, blue blousey pants, yeah.
And on stage tonight, Seattle's own ABBA tribute band, the ABBA Graphs.
Why is this music so fun?
Because they were just great craftsmen of pop music. It lives through the ages because it's all fun and positive and just great songwriting.
And they had great hair, right?
Absolutely.
Are you John Travolta? Can you show me some moves? Come on.
John Prentice, Seattle Refined.
Sadly, we're told ABBA Night at the Swedish Club is sold out this year, but there's always next year. Seattle Refined is just getting started.
I'm trying to be more body positive. You look gorgeous.
The off-the-rack discovery at a Seattle store that had this woman overcome with emotion. Plus, the live-action movie Dumbo has flown into theaters. We have your very own candid, refined review. And don't forget to join me this Saturday with Aaron Mayovsky at the Daffodil Parade. We'll be hosting the parade from Puyallup, and every year it does not disappoint. But if you can't make it, don't worry. The parade will air on Sunday, April 7th at 10:30, right here on Como 4. Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Well, he's on the big screen for the first time in nearly 80 years. Of course, we're talking about Disney's lovable big-eared elephant, Dumbo. But before you take the kids to see this live-action film, you're going to want to see our Refined review first.
We got a baby.
What is that?
The live-action remake of the 1941 Disney classic Dumbo comes to life thanks to director Tim Burton. He sure knows how to set the mood. Even though it's sprinkled with Easter eggs, fans of the original are sure to enjoy. Many say, though, Dumbo ultimately falls flat. If you don't know, the main character is a baby elephant with freakishly large ears. He's mocked within the circus until they learn his secret. He can use those ears to fly around the big top. Colin Farrell stars as the Elephant Wrangler, a one-armed war vet and former circus star. His smart and strong-willed children are Dumbo's biggest cheerleaders, and they train him to master his skill.
Fly, little one.
address the flying elephant in the room. Dumbo is not exempt from the dark subject matter of its source material.
What's happening? Where are they taking her?
Take Dumbo back inside.
But she's his mom. Do something.
The sadness of the animated version is still there. In fact, it's heightened. CGI Dumbo is hyper-realistic, and the terror he feels being separated from his mother is a pretty tough watch. Of course, it isn't all doom and gloom, and Danny DeVito as the benevolent circus owner offers some comic relief.
Is that a monkey in your desk? Just for emergencies.
Due to the dark subject matter, Dumbo may lead to some hard conversations with the kiddos, because now that we know what was really happening to animals in the circus, you may not be up for this iteration yet either. Dumbo is in theaters now. If you want to read this film review again or others, just head to SeattleRefined.com. Coming up, it's a Seattle tradition that just gets better with age.
It's like stepping back into time. It hasn't changed at all in 40 years.
And I agree, it hasn't changed a bit.
Refined makes a reservation at the International District's oldest Chinese restaurant. But first, here's the happy hour cocktail of the week, thanks to our friends at Queen Bee Mixology. Welcome back to the show. I'm Guard Swanson. Well, it's time to give some love to our friends in the North End. Of course, a lot of people are heading that way this month to check out the tulips, but you should think about stopping in Everett on the way. Right now on SeattleRefined.com, the 7 best places in Everett that you may not know even existed. From Funko to a children's museum to a zipline adventure. There is tons of stuff to explore in North Puget Sound. To check it out, head to our website. Seattle's International District has changed dramatically over the years, but no matter how much it evolves, one restaurant seems permanently frozen in time. In fact, it's the oldest Chinese restaurant in Seattle.
It's like stepping back into time. It hasn't changed at all in 40 years.
And I agree, it hasn't changed a bit. So the reasons we came here for originally are still here.
How's everything here? All right, good.
Tai Tung has been a fixture in Seattle's International District since 1935, serving up classic Chinese dishes all day, every day.
I came to college here, and being stuck in the U District, we were always looking, let's go someplace other than Herfy's on 50th. So a couple of fraternity brothers, Bob Branham and Bill Wheeler, said, let's go try this place, Tai Tung. I'd never heard of it, and I thought, what a chance to get out of the district. We came down here. Fell in love with the place. It was just absolutely great.
We open every day, yeah, and I will work every day from open to closing.
Harry Chan is a third-generation owner of Tai Tung, working in the restaurant since 1968. You'll find him behind the counter, welcoming guests as they walk through the 80-year-old swinging doors.
We have a lot of the regular customer, and and the customer is generation and generation. So far, we have some customers that are 5 generations. And another reason why the people come here is for the good food, good service, friendly environment, and reasonable price.
It's Harry's personal touch that customers say sets him apart.
He's so personable, it's almost like seeing an old friend right away. And today, a conversation we'd never had is he found out I have 5 kids, and I found out he has 5 kids. And we talked about that for exchange stories for quite a while.
When you're at the counter here, it's a different sort of atmosphere, because it doesn't seem to matter whether you're black or Indian or whatever. Everybody in Tai Tung's a friend.
Over the years, Tai Tung has served everyone, from Bill Gates to Olympic gold medal winner Apollo Ono, to celebrity chef Tom Douglas, who recently called Thai tongue one of his favorites. But there's one guest who has his very own section.
We call it a Bruce Lee table. You know, that's the area that he used to come when he was in Seattle.
This is Bruce Lee's favorite booth. He ordered chow mein and fried rice when he dined at Thai tongue. And if you ask Harry for a recommendation on what to order, he's going to point you toward the wall behind him.
The first thing I tell them, look at here first, before you look at the regular menu. Yeah, this is our special.
The almond chicken, and I remember the barbecued pork. This is as good as ever.
And while customers savor the food, Harry savors the joy of continuing a proud family tradition.
I have been doing that so long. You know, if I don't do that, well, I don't know what to do. I miss all my customers. You know, I love it to work here.
To learn more about Thai tongue and other great places to dine in the International District, log on to our website. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. You know, when it comes to fashion, a good fit can make all the difference. Refined's Malia Karlinski discovered a Belltown business that makes women of all sizes feel fashionable.
Universal Standard carries chic, modern clothing for women.
I feel great. I feel super cute. I'm happy to find something that fits me right and is quality. I'm super excited and I'm so happy I came.
Customer Ana Vera Morado came all the way from Alaska to find a few perfect pieces.
This is the Geneva dress in what we call a fog form.
This business was born when co-founder Alex Waldman was looking for something special to wear to an event.
It was literally that I couldn't find anything that expressed my style. I had things to shop from, but it was just a hodgepodgery of clothing.
She was frustrated by the lack of choices.
So as you can see, I'm an end user of the product, and I used to write about fashion when I worked as a journalist, and so I got to see some incredible things, but I never actually got to participate in them.
Most American women are what? Size 14 or over?
16, 18.
16, 18. But the fashion world pretends like that's not true.
Yes, that's right.
With 67% of women in the U.S. wearing size 14 or above, it was time to toss traditional sizing out the window and set a new standard.
And it wasn't until I met my friend Paulina, who is the other co-founder and who has a genius brain for business, that we got together and decided to do this because we didn't see anything like it in the market. So we actually launched with 3,000 pieces of an 8-piece collection. It was a huge gamble. You know, it was our own savings. We didn't know what we were doing. We were hoping for the best. And Refinery 29 found us and did one article on us, and we sold out in 6 days.
What were you thinking?
Well, when our heads stopped spinning, we were thinking that, maybe we've got something here.
A great deal of thought goes into every piece. So how is this tank top different from every other tank top?
So we actually put a tremendous amount of thought and engineering into our clothing. For example, you're right, it looks like a tank top, but actually it has a slightly curved hem, so it lands much better on your hip. It has a higher armhole, so your bra doesn't show. It's a little bit wider here, so your bra straps don't come out.
Each item in this line is functional and fashionable. As for Anna, seeing herself in an outfit that reflects her sense of style means a lot.
It's so hard to find a brand that is size inclusive. You know, I mean, I know it seems like something little, but being able to find something that looks good on you and it makes you feel good is important.
Actually meeting Alex in person was emotional.
You're welcome. No. You're not the first, you're not the last.
I'm trying to be more body positive.
You're gorgeous.
Universal Standard is helping customers change their look and their lives.
And I thought, I can't be alone in that. I was creating the things that I wish were in my closet, and it's very gratifying.
Malia Karlinski, Seattle Refined.
Universal Standards clothing is also available online. For more info, check out our website. All right, that's going to do for today's show. I'm Gard Swanson. Thanks for joining us here on Seattle Refined. We'll see you next time.